Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now we are talking about a crumbling economy and a failed president, a man who seems to be clueless in this country. But as we are having this discussion, Dunston Omari is a man who has different view from this. And I think Omari is right. Omari was on an interview at K24, together with the other panelists, including a man who just dumped William Ruto, party UDA, that is Didim's brother, to join for the Kenya party. And Dunston Omari, in his view, he's alleging that William Samoei Ruto is far much better than, listen to this, Kibaki, Moi, Kenyatta 1 and 2. And how is he smart? William Ruto has proved to be the one and only president who has raised more resources than these presidents. All of them. He has defeated them. But there is one thing. That statement is the most important I'm looking for. The difference here, the other thing, which is very important, is that Kibaki, with a little money, he managed to collect, because he was rated as the best president. He sealed all loopholes and sinks so that the money is not gone into corruption. All resources were used properly. But for William Ruto, this is what he's saying. No coin is not stolen under his watch. For Kibaki, there was no coin to steal. But for Ruto, no coin is not stolen under his watch. Listen to this, then we're going to continue with this discussion.
If indeed the president wants to compare himself to the late Kibaki, I'll tell everybody for free that the president is far much better than Kibaki.
All right.
Shemo Choto were in that government, Raila Odinga were in that government. Kibaki never raised revenue to the level that President William Ruto is raising. The sectors that he has gone to look for funds is totally very virgin. Every sector, the president is raising revenue. And therefore, we expect that he has more money than Kibaki had. He has more money than Uhuru had. He has more money than Moi had. The only issue, and Mheshimiwa Governor, incoming, listen very clearly, the only problem is the usage of this money. Kibaki raised revenue and completely sealed leakages for that money. No coin could be stolen under the watch of Kibaki. No coin is not being stolen under the watch of President William Ruto. That is the contradiction. That we are being overtaxed, but that money has a hole, a sink. It is going. If the president now, today, listens from us here and arrests the thieves, because the thieves have become more than the money collected. That is the reason as to why this cost of living will never be addressed.
Now, as we continue with our panel and discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, a massive thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, I think most of you are going to agree with the Dunston Omari. There is nowhere Ruto has not touched. And it's still continuing, because now we are being told for you to rear a cow at home, a sheep, a goat, you will be taxed for that. You will have to register. So Ruto is going for new areas where these other presidents were not collecting taxes to start collect taxes. Alienda mpaka akaanza kupiga ushuru watu wa content creators. Not Kibaki, not Moi, not Uhuru taxed content creators. Ruto was the first person. He's touching he's even going to areas where we left long time. Mambo ya Moi huko kupiga taxi radio na TV. Sijui unakatia permit. Ameanza kwenda huko. The 2023 finance bill, 16% from 8% was a shock. He's collecting more than these other presidents have done. Someone said, I think it was Ellen Sifuna, that Ruto want to achieve what Kibaki, Uhuru, and Moi achieved in 10 years they were serving in 1 year. What Uhuru did better because in terms of infrastructure is so much. But Ruto want to achieve what Uhuru did in 1 year. Whatever he achieved in 10 years time. If you take on his finance bill, that is what it meant. So Ruto has collected so much compared to any other president. But the big question on this punchline is how is Ruto spending this money? Can we feel the development of William Ruto? Instead, in as much as collecting, he's collapsing the economy. He collect as he collapse. He collect as he collapse. The economy is grappling. It is collapsing completely. He has robbed our pocket dry. But because they are doing nothing, that is some of the reason why our shilling is losing value. Haina mahali penye naenda. It is looting on a large scale. Because Ruto did not seal the loopholes. The holes and the sinks are open to leak. So Ruto is the worst in as much he is the best in collection of resources. He is the worst in terms of expenditure. How does he spend? How does he spend this money? It is only during the Kibaki time when the common mwananchi was able to arrest police officer. Wananchi walikuwa wanashika traffic police wanasema ako na hongo. Na hongo iliisha Kenya. To avoid all the problems we have, you just need to fight one thing. It's not all about overtaxing Kenyans. It's all about stopping corruption. How do you seal to stop corruption? You don't need to collect too much. You can kill people when you are trying to collect. You can suffocate us. But there will be no impact as long as you're not sealing that loophole for corruption. So Ruto needed just to do one thing. Even with 8%, he could do so wonderful things as long as he has sealed corruption. But now he's the priest of corruption. He supported and protected and defended the corrupt. How do you expect him to do the opposite? It can never happen. And that's where we missed. Yeye ndio kiongozi wa corruption. Sasa anaweza aje kuzuia corruption? Kwa sababu yeye ni kiongozi corruption, kile kitu anajua vizuri sana kuliko zingine ni njia za kukusanya pesa nyingi na pia wafanya budget corruption. Budgeted corruption. That is what is happening in this government. They budget for everything, including corruption. That is the point that Dunston Omari is trying to direct here. You collect too much, but we don't feel anything. We don't see any tangible development. It's a year. We are talking because it's full year finish. The only thing is succeeded to launch, it was Hustler Fund, which is fraud. What can you use 500 Kenyan shillings for if you go and borrow from Hustler Fund? Bajeti ya siku moja kwa mwananchi tu, jamii ndogo, familia ni shilingi 500 kwa wale sisi maskini. A one day budget is 500 for the poor people. ununua sukari kadogo pale, maziwa, hata sabuni utanunua kweli, unga, yani gorogoro moja, usiage, basi mambo imeisha. Nyanya na kitunguu, saa zingine utakosa hiyo kitunguu. Ruto in his hustler fund is offering 500 shillings ufanye biashara. Biashara gani? Hiyo ni upuzi kabisa. Huo tu ni ukumbavu. 500 cannot do business. With this economy, where 1,000 Kenyan shilling note has lost value, hiyo haiwezi saidia. So, as long as Ruto will not stop corruption, no matter how far he's going to tax, no matter how huge, no matter how big he's going to collect money, it will go into a hole. But they are well prepared. That is the problem when you have entrepreneurs in leadership. They plan on how to loot. And this looting is on a large scale. So as long as he's not going to stop corruption, it does not matter how big he's going to collect money. It does not matter how KRA will come with the report showing that they have reached the target, because it's going to go into wastage. So we are carrying a burden to provide resources through our taxes, but it end up, sadly, in few individuals' pockets. That's Dunston Omari saying that the tips are more than the taxes we collect. Wameitana ni wengi. So wizi ndio utaendelea kabisa, na Mkenya usitarajie kitu yote kutoka kwa serikali ya William Ruto. Sababu shida sio ku collect pesa. Even governors are crying, paka wanaenda kwa strike ndio wapewe pesa ya county government. Funding county government is a problem when it's collecting huge money. Mtafika mahali hata mwambie madeni yako lipo yote, lakini pesa zilikuweko. Lakini hii ni tabia ya Mheshimiwa Ruto. Hakuna mageni hapa. That's the truth of the matter.